Now we want to talk about Shared with Me. When you're in your drive and you look on the left-hand side of your screen, you will notice an area called Shared with Me. Shared with Me is where you go to see all of the items that people have shared with you so that you can work and collaborate on that document with them. I'm going to go ahead and click on Shared with Me. And in here you can see the things that people have shared with me today, earlier this week, earlier this year. One thing you will notice is that there is not a way to organize your Shared with Me. Unlike My Drive, when you go here, you can create folders and put things in that folder. But in Shared with Me, you see items that have been shared with you. You may also see folders that have been shared with you, such as this one. But you'll notice that I can't add things to that folder, or I can't do a whole lot with it. I could open it and work in there, but one thing I want you to think about is when things come into you, you need to decide, do I need to work on that document? And if it is something that you need and you need to work on, then you need to add it to your drive. Okay? That's because eventually that document, so if I don't add this to my drive, eventually when I come back to Shared with Me, that document will be way, way, way down at the bottom. And it will be hard for me to find that document. And as you can see by me scrolling, there are a lot of things in this drive. It's actually continuing to try to load here because it's so large. Because I can't really organize this. Okay? You see, I just have lots and lots of things. So in order for you to be able to find it and to work on it later, you should always add those things to your drive. So I'm going to show you some things that have come into me. So I'm going to click on this one right here, Personalized Learning. Do you notice down here at the bottom that it gives me a little breadcrumb that tells me where that document is? And it's telling me that this one is still in Shared with Me. It has not been added to my drive because then it would say My Drive. I also want you to notice that when I clicked on this, these icons also came up. And you see that I have one here called Add to My Drive. That's also telling me that this has not been added to my drive yet. Let me see if I can find one that's already in my drive. I haven't added anything this week, so it might be kind of hard. Let me scroll down a little bit and find one. Oh, here's one right here. I'm going to click on this. Now, I selected this. Look at the difference. This shows that it's already been added to my drive. It shows a folder. It's been moved. When I go back up to this document, look at the difference. There it shows me add it to my drive. So I'm going to take this and add it to my drive. There's several ways I can do that. I could right click and I can click here, Add to My Drive, or I can select it and then I can click here and Add to My Drive. So I'm going to go this way to do that, to show you. I'm going to click here. Do you notice that it now changed to a folder? It's been added to my drive, but I don't want it to just go anywhere in my drive. Remember in the earlier video I talked about the importance of organizing. So I'm going to click on Organize so I can choose where this is going to go. You also notice down here that the breadcrumb changed. It no longer says shared with me. It now says it's in my drive. So I'm going to decide where I want that to be. I'm going to go ahead, since I know this is for a training that we're doing, I'm going to scroll down. May have to give it a minute as it's trying to find my folder. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I'm going to find Google Trainings. I'm going to open that up, and I'm just going to move it in here for right now. I could, if I need to, create a folder for it to go in inside here. And actually, let's see if I already have one for Greenwood. Nope, I don't see one. Since this is a training I'm about to do at another elementary, I'm going to add my folder. I'm going to click on New Folder, and I'm going to do this one for Greenwood Forest. I'm going to say OK. And now it's going to say move here, so I'm going to move this into that folder. I'm going to click right here. But one thing I want you to notice, it currently says it's in 2 folders. It really is not. One of those will disappear in just a minute, because I remember I originally just added it here when I clicked that. But look at this one. It says it's in My Drive, Google Campus Trainings, Greenwood Forest, and there it shows it. All right, so now that one has been added into my drive. But you're looking at my shared with me and you're thinking, but it's still in your shared with me. It is going to stay in here. I do not delete anything out of my shared with me. I just leave it in here. But I just know that I'm not going to come work on it in here. I'm going to go back to my drive, and I'm going to click on that folder that I placed it in, Google and Campus Trainings. And you remember I created one called Greenwood Forest. There it is. And you'll see that it is sitting inside there. I'm going to click back on Shared with Me, and yes, it is still sitting there. Do you see how now it's only showing it in the one place? It's finally caught up when it was syncing and has put it in the correct place. Okay? It's still going to show up in Shared with Me, but I do want to always work out of things from my drive. I do not want to get in a habit of opening things in Shared with Me and working on them from here. I always want to go to my drive to work on things.